All right, let's see how this goes. Let's see. Pull up Discord. Make this a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Give it a little bit and we'll get some people in here and then we'll start looking at some charts. Find the link. All right, let's get started. All right, so if you want to learn how to trade, it's very easy, and I'll do these videos every morning. Wednesdays will be a little tough. We'll probably do it a little bit late on Wednesdays, but every other morning we'll go live and we'll go over stuff. If you want to follow along, with us in our trade, just join our Discord. But also, made two books, one for candlesticks and one for the indicators, and that'll teach you how to identify stuff. So if you want those, just join the Discord, ask for them, and we'll send you a link on how to get them for you. But it goes over the top 134 candlesticks and the top 75 indicators. So the first thing you want to do, you want to get on a routine, and that routine is going to set the way that you look at charts. So if you continuously change the way that you look at charts, you're going to continuously mess up everything because you need to find a system that works for you and master that system. There's no right way to trade other than the way that you find easy to trade with. So if you want to scalp, you don't want to do it on the day chart, right? Because you'll go in negative quite often. But if you want to day trade or swing trade, then you want to use the higher time frames. So it depends on where you want to trade at, how long you want to hold your position, your leverage that you want to apply to your trades, and so forth and so forth. But the way that I teach, we will use the day chart as your resistance and support levels, and then we'll go down to the 4 hour and 1 hour to look for entries, and down even lower for the to try to maximize that particular entry. But every single day, you want to try to set up your support and resistance lines. On the day chart, you can use your trend lines. On the 4 hour chart is going to be the best for your resistant lines, and those are or your support and resistant areas. And that's what we're going to do. So you can look at your chart. You can look at your chart for as far back as you really want, but you don't have to go far back. So you just want to go maybe a week or two back in your chart settings to see where those support and resistance is. People that use last year's support and resistance levels, I find that pretty ridiculous. Because do you really care what happened 2 years ago? No, you don't. You care about what's happening right now in the moment so you can take those positions off of your support and resistance levels, or if you find a candlestick pattern that's going to work. Oh, by the way, so if you want these indicators, all you got to do is join the Discord. You get all three of these indicators. There's actually four on there. You can see the dots on up here. So there's actually four indicators on here. You get all those for being a member of our Discord. So anyway, so here's Bitcoin, and what we want to do is we want to not uh, mess up our charts and have a bunch of lines on there. We just want to do the either the last two, three maybe on the bottom, and then a couple on the top, and you can see. One thing that I see a lot of traders do is you can see that looks like we're trying to form a resistance level right here. Uh, there's no way to say that this is going to be a resistant level because it's not formed yet. Yeah, it looks like it's getting rejected, but that can come down here to this moving average and pop right back up on you. So it does. So you don't want to make a you don't want to make this as a resistant level when you have your both of your MA moving averages pointing up. So you want to wait for that to happen. But this one we do have. This one is one that we do have right here. And look where it's happening. It's right near it. Right here would have been bad. This is the better one, and you can see that we have a support and resistance level. So a lot of people make another mistake that, hey, we're at support or resistance, looks like it's going to go the opposite way. In this case, this would be a support level that they would assume, and it would go up. Is it going to go up? I don't know. We don't know, but we do know that this is not the high end of this is not a support or resistant level because it's too early to tell. This one's already formed, it's already broken down, it's already been rejected, and it's been broken through. So now is this a support level or was this a fake breakout? We don't know. We got to wait for it to form. So anyway, so here it is. So you can make I mean, if you go overboard, you can have every single one of these on there. So you just want to try to find your major ones. Here's one right here that it looks like it's pretty major. You can see that support broke down, came above it, broke back above it, held it, broke back down, tried to break it, and then broke it again. So you can see that one's a pretty good one too. The next thing you want to do is after you set up your charts, you want to see which way your momentum is. So the momentum is going to be key because momentum always moves, not always, but 99% of the time, it will move prior to price action because you have amateur traders inside that is buying at resistance and support levels that they shouldn't be doing or selling at resistance levels. So you got to be careful with that. So momentum will always move first. What does that mean? That means that your indicators, you want to have indicators that are going to measure the momentum because you want to have high probability trade setups for you, and the higher the probability, the better it's going to be for you to be able to make money. So that's the whole key on that, because there's no 100% perfect way to trading. You're going to have stop losses, but you need to find that system that works for you. And we're here to help in the Discord channel. Okay, so let's just analyze this right here. So we can see that we have a support level right here. It's not a very good major one because it's only a couple of candlesticks, but if you send it all the way back, it probably will come back here and touch somewhere over here. So but right here we can see where we're at. The momentum is upwards with your moving averages, your mom indicator, which is your sorry, this is the mom indicator. This is a MACD, a customized MACD. So with our settings in there, you can see that we're bullish right here on the MACD. You can see we're really late into the trend on the 4-hour chart, so we do expect a correction. We can see that we're back into this resistance zone right here that we have, and our mom indicator is pushing down. So usually what happens, and we'll mark this, usually what happens is that you're moving your mom indicator, your momentum indicator is pointing down. We clearly have a downward movement. We have an hour and 43 minutes left into the 4-hour chart. So what do? We wait. You don't want to jump the gun just quite yet, because that doesn't mean that this momentum indicator is going to stay there. We want to look at it and see if it's going to turn up on us or not, and we wait. So most of the time, it's going to come into this area. It looks like it's probably going to come back up, make a double top maybe before it breaks down. We clearly have a divergence on the MACD. You see that we have a divergence here, and we can see that we're upwards right here. We're 6% angled up and 9% angled down. That's clearly a divergence for us. Do we have confirmation? No. And the reason we don't have confirmation is because we don't trade against the trend. The trend is up. If we do trade against the trend, and we're going to have to be extremely confident that we are we're heading in the opposite direction. So this is what Bitcoin looks like. We'll make a copy of this image, post it in the Discord, just so we can keep it for record. But yeah, this is where it looks like. So right now it looks like we're gonna head back down. Right here is the fib line 233 moving average. This is a huge resistance and support level that you want to play off of. If Bitcoin gets up here and touches the 233, 99% of the time I short it because it's far away from the moving averages, and it looks like it's and it's really good to take that position because it's 99% of the time you're going to make money off of it. Let's do a little boom. Oops. So right there, it's at 17,572. So anywhere close to that would be a good shorting position for you because it's clearly pointing down. Even if it jumps up 1% or so, you just dollar cost average into it because it's going to come back down. The whole world is in chaos right now. We are not bullish. We will have bullish movements and momentums in certain days, but overall, it's not a bullish market. People that are calling bullish market is because bullish markets is what sells. Realistically, people want to hear what they want to hear, but they don't want to hear what they need to hear. On this channel, we're going to say what you need to hear, and what you need to hear is don't go long yet, because it's dangerous to go long. You can see that on the day chart, you had a massive sell-off. We haven't even broke this high yet. To even think about going long, you got to break this high over here, and I don't see that happening. We haven't broke a swing high on there at all. Share the link in the stream. So okay. All right, so here it is. Let's go down and see if we can look for an entry. On the entry, you want to try to go to the 15-minute to 5-minute chart. 5 minutes really, it's kind of stressful to trade on the 5-minute chart. 15-minute chart is a little bit better to trade because you have confirmations, a lot clearer confirmations. For example, you can see that here's your 233. Here's your moving averages breaking above it, and here it came down here and tested it. But look at your momentum. Your momentum started pointing up, and what happens? You could have taken this position if you had seen it. It was super early in the morning, but you could have taken this position if you saw it, because you know your momentum is pointing up, and your customized MACD is pointing up. So this would have been a good position to take. Let's see. So right here, we can see that we've broken down. Looks like we're going to try to have a correction. Just like I said on the 4-hour time frame, that looks like we're going to have a correction. We're going to have a correction to come back up, maybe even come test this swing high right here, and go from there. The momentum's down right now, but you want to wait till the higher time frames break down before you try to take a position inside the charts, inside the trading position. Okay, that's Bitcoin. Let's go through Ethereum. All right, let's go to the day chart, see what it looks like on the day chart. On the day chart, you can see that we're above the moving averages. This doesn't mean a lot of traders will assume that since we broke above both EMAs, whatever EMAs you use, that makes it a bullish movement. I have a rule, and it doesn't mean that it's perfect, but I have a rule that it has to be 5 candlesticks close above it without touching it, for it to be a trend. Unless you have like a massive movement down, that clearly you want to go with the momentum, right? But right here, we cleared the moving averages, but both of your moving averages are showing bearish. So does that mean that we're going to stay bearish or stay bullish? Most likely not. You can see that we've tested this high right here and got rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We've been rejected. That's not a good sign for it. For this the bullish people that are calling bullish. Could it go bullish? Absolutely, because there's nothing that says that it has to go downwards. But probability is what we're playing off of. We want to have the highest probability in our trade setups to make money. So here it is. Here is the, you can clearly see rejected 5 times. So if you try to take a position right in there and target your moving averages, there's absolutely no problem with that. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, you can see that it's clearly a resistance level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times it's been rejected at this area. 11 times, and we're pushing down off of your mom indicator. Maybe going up there and test it again, maybe not. Let's just go ahead and mark it. Well, we can't mark it until an hour and 30 minutes, but most likely this is going to be a really good setup. You're at your 233. It's been rejected at the 233. You have a divergence on your MACD. Your mom indicator, your momentum indicator is pointing down. I'd be surprised if Ethereum went up higher. I think we're going to get rejected here and start coming down. All right, let's see. Go to Litecoin. Here's Litecoin. Litecoin's a little trickier to trade because it doesn't usually follow the rules, and you has huge swings like this. Like on today, you're up 8.3%. Why? All your oscillators are pointing down. Your MACD is starting to come down, but Litecoin does not follow the rules most of the time, so you got to be really careful with that and have really quick stop losses. And you can see that when it starts hugging those EMAs, you got to have a entry, a quick stop loss, and then take that position. Here's one position that we did take right here. You can see that we broke above the moving averages. The reason why we took this position is because we can see from our oscillator down here, our moving momentum indicator, we made a higher low, sorry. Made a higher low. That gives us a really good probability that we're going to start heading up. We have a green dot. Those green dots I'll go over in a different video because they're a little strenuous, and you got to know how to trade them or you're going to get wrecked on it. But right here, a clear pattern. You have a hammer. I know that it's not 2 to 1 like the rules say, but in crypto you can't follow the rules, your traditional rules of the stock market. This is a hammer in cryptocurrency all day long. So here's your hammer, breaks above the moving averages. Your momentum is up, and your momentum oscillator is confirming that. This is a position we took, and we targeted 3%, and you can see we hit way over 3%. So we got out at 3% because Litecoin does change directions pretty quick. So we got out pretty quick. But this is a really good entry on the 4-hour chart. Really quick stop loss. You can leverage it if you choose to, up to 5-10%. I wouldn't be crazy 50-100% leverage. That's just dumb. So anyway, that's where that's how you read it. It's very simple to trade. It just takes patience to trade, and you don't have to watch the charts because we watch them for you in the Discord. Let's see if we can go down to see, like, here's an example for Litecoin. Look at this swing. This is a 5-minute chart, and look at it swing up. It swung up 1.59%, and then dropped. And once it hit that 1.55%, it dropped 1.76%. Those are the swings that you got to be careful with on Litecoin. You can see that we're starting to head down on the 5-minute chart. See what it looks like on the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, we have a bullish engulfing. We close there. You could take a position if you wanted to gamble a little bit. I wouldn't do more than 1% of your portfolio, and you want to target 1.5%, or sorry, you want to target 1 to 1.5. That's a good ratio. If the engulfing stays like that, you're kind of late into the trend on the lower time frames, but it'll be a decent trade to trade. You're risking 1.11% to make 1.66%. So that's pretty good. Another thing that you could look at, we'll come back and check the Litecoin chart. The DXY will go opposite of what Bitcoin is. So you can see that the DXY is heading down. And if you go to Bitcoin on the week chart, you can see that we're heading up. It always does the opposite of Bitcoin. You can see that we're heading down. Bitcoin's heading up. What we want to look at on there is where we are close to the 233, and you can see on the 233, it's far away from it. Maybe we'll come down and bounce off of it, but you can see that your momentum oscillator down here is looks like it's rested and fixing to start heading back up. Clearly a bullish momentum. This is just a correction, a bearish correction. You can see that your oscillator on your week chart is starting to be rested. You can go down to the day chart. That's where it starts getting real fun. And you can see we're at the 233. We have a divergence on your oscillator. Both oscillators have a divergence, a bullish divergence on here. So you can see that. You can see that this momentum is down on there, and you can see on your MACD it's pointing up. So you clearly have a divergence on there, and you have a divergence on your mom oscillator. So you clearly have a divergence on here. What you want to do is you want to wait for, if you do trade FX or Forex, you want to wait for it to have a solid green day before you go long, because it definitely is. Your short-term time frames are going to push it down, so it's probably going to start consolidating before it pops up. But you can definitely see that we have a divergence, a clear divergence. And the rule is that it usually comes back up to where it is. That's 106,613 area. So you can see that that's where it's at. Let's go. See how well we're doing on our Litecoin entry. A little bit in the profit. You want to wait for it. Another mistake that people have: cryptocurrency is so volatile, right? It's extremely volatile. We're targeting 1 to 1.5. That doesn't mean we come down here to $82 and we don't protect those profits. We're going to protect the profits because cryptocurrency moves so much. So we want to try to maximize those profits, but we also want to protect the profits. We don't want to be in profit $400 or $500 and be like, oh, our target's $700, so let's get out. No, absolutely not. We want to protect the profits, but we also don't want to lose any profits that we have, right? So you want to learn that. You want to learn that trait. All right, let's go to 15-minute chart. It's really good entry positions. Oh, another thing on the Discord, all these alerts will come through there. So you can have an alert on your phone, and you can set these alerts, and you'll be able to do it. The 15-minute chart is where you're going to want to try to scalp the most at. Matic, let's go look at Matic, MATIC. All of these are to the USDTs. If you want to have the paired to Bitcoin, we can do that. It's really difficult in a bearish market to try to trade Bitcoin, because not only are you trying to play off of the coin movement itself, but also the price of Bitcoin. So even though the coin might go up, you might get less Bitcoin. So you got to be careful. That's why I like trading to the USDT, because you know how much that is. You know, a dollar is a dollar. A dollar is going to be a dollar today until we have a global currency reset type of thing. But right now you can see that Matic is coming down. It's at the 233. This it does not have to touch the 233 to be rejected. That's another mistake that some people will say. Anywhere close to it is going. I consider as it being rejected. The rules that you use in stock trading or forex do not apply. You take them and you know what they are, but if you look for perfect entries, perfect rejections, perfect everything, you're going to be stressed out. Your entries are going to be extremely few and far between. So if you look for perfect entries, then you're going to be really sadly disappointed, because they don't happen. But you can see that we have a Twizzler top. The Twizzler top's actually in this book. Is one of the really good indicators to trade with on cryptocurrency, because it does work quite often. So we just started a new 15-minute candlestick, and you can see that we're not only we have a Twizzler top, the Twizzler bottom, sorry, but it looks like we're fixing to have an engulfing. So if that has an engulfing on there, what you'd want to do is, this would be a good scalp setup. You want to go ahead and hit that long if it closes there. You never want to trade in the middle of a candlestick. You want to trade at closing, because you know the price of it. You know where the price is going to be at closing. So you don't want to say, oh, look, it's going up, so I want to take that position. Because if you do try to take that position prematurely, it could drop on you because it's not closed on there. So anyway, so you can see right now we look like we're setting up pretty good. So we want to wait for it to go on there. Another coin is Shiba. Shiba is such a such a horrible coin to try to ride in. You can see that on the day chart, we had a nice little pump up all the way up here to 1015 Satoshi, and right now it's back down to 975. Let's see how much percentage that lost. 5.71% lost. If you're going to be in Shiba Inu and you're going to ride that out, you want to wait for that entry. And that entry is going to be way back over here. Anywhere in here, this is a extremely strong support level right now. So if you do want to get into Shiba Inu, let's see where that price is. I'll mark it for you. That's where you're going to want to try to take positions at. The top of it's going to be 826, and the bottom is going to be 659 ish, somewhere right around there. And you can see that it's already been rejected there once, and so that it's a strong resistance. So anywhere between these two moving, or this support and resistance level, that's where you're going to want to try to take that position at. Your oscillator is actually heading down. You look like you're trying to form a divergence. Right now you don't. You have a convergence, which are good to trade. So don't get me wrong. Those are actually better to trade than a divergence. But right now you would want to wait to get into Shiba Inu, and your whole point of getting into Shiba Inu is to make tons of money, but you also know you're going to end up holding it for quite a while. So, I mean, if you get into right here and you go back up to your all-time high, somewhere in there, and you go back to your all-time high, you're looking at a 1,300% return in your money. there's absolutely no doubt we're going to have all-time highs within the next 3 years. There's zero doubt in that. That's the common thing that cryptocurrency does. It goes and makes a new high. All of the whales start taking profits, comes down to certain levels, and then we ride it back up. But so you can make tons of money in there, but you want to set it up for it. You can dollar cost average in there. You can put, for example, you can put $100 into here, put $100 in there, and you go up 1,300%. You're what is that? $13,000 off of $100 investment just by doing it. So why not take the gamble and the risk to try to make that returns? Those are crazy returns in crypto. That's one of the reasons I love cryptocurrency so much, is because of it. That could be Elon's Twitter thoughts. Yeah. So Elon Musk loves this coin, and he loves Dogecoin. So speaking of Doge, let's go look at it. Dogecoin's another one. You know, that if we get anywhere close to this area right here, we get anywhere close to 259 Satoshi, we're going to try to take that position, because we know that that is a huge support resistance area. Before we get there, we have this one to break, and you can see that it's, let me zoom in on it. You can see on Dogecoin, you can see back here, here's our resistance level, clear resistance. This is confirmation that is resistance. Anywhere in here, you're going to want a dollar cost average, knowing you're going to maybe have to hold it for quite a while. But even if you take that position, let's see, if you take that position, put a couple $100 into it, and you go up to its all-time high, you're looking at almost 1,800% return. So those are huge returns in cryptocurrency. Where could you put $100 in and come out with $18,000 in a 3-year return, or 3 or 4 year return? You can't get it anywhere else. So not only do you get to learn how to trade, but you get to learn these resistant levels and these support levels inside our Discord. So we help you set up your portfolio for long term, while you're making short term paycheck, is what I call it, paycheck to paycheck money, while you're setting up your portfolio so you can retire early, so you can make money, so you don't have to be a slave to the system. You want to be your own boss, right? So not only do you learn how to trade, but you also learn how to set up your portfolio and ride it up with it. So tons of positive stuff that you can get from our Discord, and it's really easy. Let's see. Would you recommend positioning for Shiba right now or hold? Let's go back to Shiba. I actually do own Shiba, to be honest with you. I have a buddy he said buy, and so I bought it, and now I'm set negative. So you have to be careful with that too. Right now on the week chart, you're gonna really want to trade those altcoins that are super volatile. You want to try to stay on the week chart, and you can see that we're coming against resistance. All your moving averages are pushing down until we break the medium moving average. I wouldn't take a position just quite yet, because you're probably going to come back down here and test these lows down here. So I wouldn't take a position just quite yet, but I would have my positions already posted in there. Because remember, on the exchanges, it's first come first serve. So if you already have your position on there at 795, and there's $7 billion worth of 795s, but you're the first one, you might get filled, but the other ones won't. So that's another thing that is a little trick of the trades that you want to learn, that you know where the support and resistance levels are. So put your entries in. Put 50 to $100 into those positions, and if they get hit, great. Most likely they're going to get hit. We're probably going to take anywhere between a 30 to 50, probably even higher dip in this coming year in 2023. It's there's a 99% chance that that's going to happen. It's pretty wild. Just think about it. The whole world's inflation is not sustainable. So you're going to have some type of currency reset type of thing. I know that's an ugly word, but you're going to have that that system has to come into place, because if not, your whole world's going to go into inflation, hyperinflation at that, and then then it's going to get really ugly. And I don't think that's going to happen. But I do believe that we're going to have a global currency reset. We're going to have that, because that's how the powers to be are going to be able to control every single aspect. But also, they're going to use that, in my opinion, strictly my opinion, they're going to use that. They're going to use a system that they're going to use. They're going to say, we want a global currency reset to stop trafficking of humans or drug cartels and stuff like that. That's how they're going to pitch it, in my opinion. If they come out and say, "Hey, we want a global currency reset so we can stop human trafficking and stop the drug dealing and stop the crime," that sounds good. It does sound good. We want those to stop, but the way that they're going to pitch it is going to be able to control every single thing. So what happened, if you go back into history and you look at the global resets, you can see that there's been a power always in charge. Everything's pegged to something. Right now it's the US dollar. Right now everything's pegged to the US dollar for the most part. So before that was the British pound, and before that was the German, whatever their currency is called. So you can go back and look at history. When that happens, they had always had inflation. The governments ran up the debt so high that they couldn't afford to pay the bills, and you had to have a new system coming in. That's why some countries' currencies were pegged to gold. So it depends on how much gold you have, depends on how valuable your currency is. Well, the US dollar used to be on the gold standard, and we got off the gold standard. Now we say how much it's worth. Well, I mean, if you say how much it's worth, then you're going to eventually have hyperinflation, because there's nothing to stop you from saying, now my currency's worth a bazillion dollars. Well, other countries are going to get upset with that, especially the ones that are on the brick system that is connected to a precious metal. They're going to get upset with that, and then they're going to stop using your currency. That's what the whole war in Ukraine and between Ukraine and Russia is about. It's about the oil being sold in dollars. Well, the dollar's worth nothing. It's literally worth nothing. It's only worth what the United States government says it's worth. But if you look at the debt to income ratio, it's worth nothing. It's a third world valued country currency. So it's going to happen. I know people don't want it to happen, but if you're in cryptocurrency, you want the global currency reset, because they're going to force people to come into cryptocurrency. And when they come into cryptocurrency, all that money that they have sitting on the sideline is going to flow in there. So if you're already set, your portfolio's already set up, you're going to love it, because you're going to make millions and millions of dollars off of it, because you've already into the genesis phase of this movement that we're in. So a beautiful movement that's happening. We live in crazy times, but if you have the right leadership and the right mentors, you can be set up for life. So and not only your life, but generations to come. Let's go look at our. Looks like we're playing around on there. Let's go to the 5-minute short. Looks like we're playing around on there. Right at our entry. That's okay. Looks like we're still heading down, so we'll see. All right. What happens in the global currency reset? Yeah, you have to have a new system that comes in. I mean, think about it. For example, Iraq is one of the richest countries known to mankind. But if you look at their currency, it's not worth anything. But Iraq is full of oil, full of gold, precious metals. When Saddam Hussein was in there, it was the leading power in the Middle East. The United States came in, wanted to get their fingers into the pie, came in, crashed everything. But it doesn't stop the fact that Iraq is a very, very wealthy country. And when that comes back up, you're going to want to be inside the Iraqi stock exchange because you're going to make money. Once they go international, once Iraq goes international, when they get off chapter 7 or 8 or whatever sanctions they're under, and you're allowed to invest into the Iraqi stock exchange, you're going to want to invest in the lumber yard, the mechanic stop, all the infrastructure stocks you're going to want to invest in because they're going to rebuild. Once their currency has value, they're going to have purchasing power. And if they have purchasing power, that means that they're going to spend money. And if they spend money, that means they're going to make the companies that they're investing in or buying from go up in value. So that's another thing that if you're in our Discord, when that time comes, you'll be able to be set up there too. So it's really, really good. Let's see. All right, so let's go look at some altcoins. Change this to another. I like to go to I have this set up with the Binance coins. So what I like to do is I like to go and see which coins are up. Look at this. This coin is up 40% in 24 hours. 44% in 24 hours. This is why you love cryptocurrency. You can, I mean, there's no way that I would have taken this position because we're pushing down like crazy. But you can go to a lower time frame. You can go to a lower time frame on there and look right here. Look what you have. You have your momentum indicator pointing up. You have your momentum indicator pointing up. You have a higher high or higher low on your moving indicator. And you have a breakout. Oh, come on. I hate the magnet. You have a breakout right there. How much percent is that? That is a 3%. You could have taken that position. This is all day long. Everything's pointing up. 15-minute chart. Take that position, and you'd be up 40% right now. A little over 40. No, sorry. You'll be up a lot more than that. You'll be up 77.77% off of this trade right here, using our settings, our proprietary settings. These are nothing fancy. These are just oscillators that I tweaked and changed the formats in there and our own settings. So this is not like this is like the golden goose of trading. This is just our particular settings. But you could take this position. This is your breakout position right here. Right here, this is gambling. You don't want to gamble. This is clear as day on a 15-minute chart. This is your entry all day long. This is the entry. You're moving. You have a higher high. Your oscillator is pointing up. Here's your breakout. You make a higher high right here. Here's your breakout, and you just ride it up as far as you can. This is crazy money that you can get in there. But on there, you want to really go to what is low right now. Here is Cielo. Here's Cielo. You can see that we're trying to break a higher high right here, but your moving averages are pointing down. So we don't trade against the trend. You do not trade against the trend. You wait for the confirmation, just like the last coin, and you wait for it. And there's 200, 300 plus coins on Binance. You're always going to have a trade that you're going to be able to get in. And the good thing about it is that you don't have to sit at the computer and watch all these coins. We do that for you. We go through there and we look at all these coins, every single 15, 20, 30 minutes. We fly through these coins because we know what you're looking at, what we're looking for. If you know what you're looking for, then you don't have to sit there and analyze these coins forever and ever. For example, here, only trade the breakouts. That's all you need to do is trade the breakouts. Here's another one. Here's a low, here's a higher low, and a lot. We also teach you inside our Discord that this is considered overbought. That is a horrible term to say, because that's not how you read the indicator. This doesn't mean it's overbought, and this doesn't mean it's oversold. This means that the momentum is up. It's called a momentum indicator, not a overbought, oversold indicator. It's a momentum indicator. But yeah, if you get into these, you'll be able to take these trades and ride them up. You can set it, and then you ride up your 15 or your 24 moving average, because that's what these are. These are 15 and 24 and 233. I know they're not traditional moving averages, but they are Fibonacci moving averages, and so that's why I use them. But you don't have to watch all this. You can get into right here. Another thing is that we teach you how to see if if the price action is going to continue to go up or go down. Right here, you can see that your moving averages are going up. So when you have this breakout, would you take this position? Everything's pointing up. Everything is pointing up. Would you take this position right here? And the answer is no. And the reason why it would be no is because you have a divergence. Your oscillator, your momentum oscillator, is pointing down. So you know there's a high probability chance that this movement is done with. It's not going to head back up. And clear, and hindsight tells us that we were right, and we can see that we head down because of our oscillator is making lower lows right now. And for example, like right here, your oscillator is pushing up hard right now. That means that this most likely is not going to stay there. It's going to head back down. Yeah, so all you have to do is change the settings, or the change. Go to the ones that change the most, and just look at those. Those are the best way, because you know those movements have happened, and now it looks like they're heading back up. So stay on the 15-minute chart if you want to try to scalp. Don't 5-minute chart will get you wrecked. It doesn't flow that well either on the 5-minute chart. A lot of these coins, you can, like for example, this one right here, STMX. How would you trade this on the 5-minute chart? This is ridiculous. This is asking to get wrecked, because there's nothing here besides a bunch of boxes, and that's it. But if you change it to a 15-minute chart, you get boxes, but it looks a little bit better. Here's your clear breakout right there. But yeah, so you want to stay on the 15-minute chart when you're trading. Here's another, and you're learning all kinds of stuff today. And we'll go over this every single day. We'll look at all this stuff every single day. How do you know this is going to go up or go down? It's very simple. Your momentum indicator is heading down. That means that this rejection off of these moving averages could be going short. 1.93%. If you 5x it, you're looking at 11% made off of your position. And if you trade $1,000 position, you make 10% off, or 5% off, and you made $50. Doesn't sound like a lot. But go work at a full-time job and make $50 in 2 hours. That's a $25 an hour payment. Go make $25 an hour somewhere else. You can't. So trading is definitely the way to become financially independent. Here's another divergence. Clear. I mean, all this stuff is super easy to notify or to identify. Here it is. Is this your entry? Nope. Here's your entry right here. Here's your confirmation. We break down right here. This is not your entry. This is getting in too prematurely, and that doesn't mean that this high is just quite done yet. You use your moving averages. how do you set to 15, 20, 15, 24, and how do you set them? So if you wanted to do a new chart, let's go to a new chart. So here's a new chart. Let's go to the day so it doesn't look like junk. All you do is go up here to indicator and you type in EMA and you go to exponential, moving average exponential, and you just click on it 3 times because we have 3 moving averages, and you just click on them. You put the input, change the first one to 15, change it to, let's say, black, so we don't have them all the same color. Next one, you want to do the 24 and change that color too to, let's say, red. You can change the colors to whatever you want. Next one. And you can use your own moving averages. These are just the ones that I like to use. I think they work really well. And so that's the ones I use on there. Here it is. Look at this crazy movement from way back here. But yeah, so that's all you have to do is go to the indicator, hit it 3 times. I use the 15, 24, and 233. So that's what I use. You could use any moving averages. The problem that traders get into is they use 2 moving averages. They use 2 moving averages, and since they haven't mastered it, they think it doesn't work. So they switch to different moving averages. Every moving average will work. All of them will work. You just got to learn the system that you're trying to imply on the charts. So if you use 50, a common one is a 50 and the 200. Well, if you go to 50, if you do a 50 and a 200, do a 50 and a 200, well, they work. You can see here it is. All your positions, if you use the 50, all your positions should be down. And look right here. Here's your position. You got rejected by the 200. And if you would have taken that position, it falls. Every moving average will work. It doesn't matter which time frame you're on, which moving average you use. You can do a 5-minute moving average and it will work. You just got to master the system that you're trying to enforce, or that you're trying to imply to your trading style and system. So they will all work. If you join our Discord, I'm not going to teach you how to trade the 50 and the 200 because that's not my style of trading. My style of trading is going to be my style of trading is going to be with the 15 and the 24 with the maximum of 233 because those are fib lines. Let's go look at our Litecoin position. Oh, sorry, it's gonna be over here. Go look at our Litecoin position. Come on, update. Man, it didn't. Where's my entry at? I know it was 111. 111. And look at there. Bam. It's that easy. Do you see? If you would have hit that, it was 111. 111. Let's change it to 111. Okay, somewhere right around there. 1 to 1.5. 1.65% made. And while live trading, this is extremely simple on there. So on LTC, you took a trade for its price to go down. Correct? Yeah. You had a fully engulfed trading. Your system, your MACD is heading down, and you made a lower low on your momentum oscillator. 1.56%. You hit your target, get out, wait for the next trade. Don't sit there and try to play the hero. Get in your profit. You hit your profit on live recording. Tell me that ain't awesome. You can see that we did it. And if you're 5xing, which this is a really good thing, 5xing on your trades, you made 10%. Was that, yeah, 10% off of your trade. So if you're trading $500, you made $50. You traded 1,000, you made $100 just in, let's see, in how many bars is that? It's an hour, I think. $100 in an hour. Yeah, 1 hour. 1 hour you made 50 to $100 depending on your position that you would have taken, $500 or $1,000, and you would have made that money. That if you just wait for the setups, you'll be fantastic. And you're in a bullish market. This big Ethereum, or sorry, Litecoin is heading up, and if you just wait for the proper entries, you would get in there and you'll be able to trade. You learn all this in our Discord, and it's daily. You'll learn, and I'll be live daily. Some live streams will only be for the Discord community. So if you want to be live, and we'll post them later on YouTube. But if you want to be live with us, you have to join the Discord. It's simple. It's super simple to trade. Where people get in trouble at is they get impatient. They get impatient with waiting. They want to wait, and they want, especially around where I live, people want the fast food. They want it now. If you have that mentality, you're going to lose in trading, because it's wait, go. And so it's very simple. Like for example, on the 15-minute chart, 15-minute chart's super simple to trade. It's super simple to trade. The problem with the 15-minute chart is that if you trade into a MT4 or MT5 and the spreads are crazy, that's where you get in trouble at. Like a Simple FX, for example, their spreads are so far away that there's no way you could trade on the 15-minute chart, because by the time you get into 1-2%, you're breaking even, because their spreads are so dumb. So you want to trade somewhere like Binance, or the MT5 system that we use is SGT. If you want to use a system that has tight spreads, we can teach you on that. But I'm not a fan of Simple FX. By the time you get broken even in our Discord, you're getting out of your position because you've already made your money. Well, not on some systems, because you're not even broken even yet, because the spreads are so far apart. So anyway, any more coins? Does your indicators have all these settings in one indicator script? Because no, these are 3 different indicators on here, and so you can't combine them together. You have to plot them on there. But I thought that the TradingView changed their system where you can have 4 indicators. Your moving averages are one indicator. Your moving averages are one indicator. Your MACD is one indicator, and your moving average, or your momentum indicator, is one. So you have 3 on here. The dots are another indicator. So you really have 4 on here. So you would need to have the free one. I do think is 4 indicators. If not, you can have everything but the red and green dots. And you could trade exactly with us. These are all just customized trading setups. But yeah, that's how simple it is. And if you join the Discord, you get this all the time, because I trade quite often. Yeah, the scripts will work fine on the free TradingView. 15-minute chart, it's super simple to trade. So here's your breakdown. Here on Bitcoin, what was this? Bitcoin, yep. Here's your breakdown underneath the moving averages. Here's your breakdown underneath the moving average. Here's your retest. How do you know this retest is not going to continue to go back up in the direction that it's in, or it's going to break down? Well, look at your momentum indicator. Everything's color coded for you too. Red is down, green is up. So if you look at it, you can see, let's put a horizontal line or vertical line on there, sorry. Here is your entry right there. That is your entry. You break down. Here's your entry right there. And let me get rid of that because that was too thick. There's your entry right there. You do your swing high. You swing high, 0.5, and you target 1.5. And look what happened. It's 0.76 on there. Yeah, everything's selling off right now. Yep. Yeah, so if you wanted to jump into the trade right there, if you want to jump in the trade right there, this is called trying to catch a falling knife. I'd be really careful about that. But if you want to take a position and try to ride that momentum down on the 15-minute chart, wherever it's at on the 15-minute chart, it's probably gonna bounce up on you. So I just scalped that. That's what I was doing right there. I just scalped it on the MT5. And if you use the MT5 that has tight spreads, you can do that. But on Simple FX and other exchanges, other MT5s, you can't do that. You wouldn't be able to scalp that position right there. So, but anyway, yeah, everything's heading down. We got I think we'll do this an hour every morning, and then I'll do some content videos. I'll do some content videos for the Discord. But yeah, even if you rode the Litecoin down, I mean, set your system and get down. Right now, you're at 2.32%, and off a 15-minute chart, and you're only risking 1%. So if you take a $1,000 position, you're risking $10 to make 50 to 60 to $100. That's huge. It's great returns on your money. That's my puppy. All right. So anyway, that's what we have. If you want to join our Discord, the link will be in the description box below. It'll be in the description box below. So go ahead and join and come in and let us help you trade. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow morning. Let's see what's tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow around the same time, 7:30, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll be on there. We'll go through some charts and look on there and go from there. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.